What is it? It's your boy Darian, man. Back at it again with a blast from the past review. Today we got Young Thug, Jeffrey. Now, it only makes sense for me to do Young Thug when bro literally is out from jail, you know? Shout out to Young Thug, you know, congratulations. Even though it comes with a lot in terms of, well, having to not affiliate with anything gang related for sorry if I blew into the mic, for a long time. So, I mean, I don't know how it's gonna go. Something tells me that it might not go so well, but forget all of that. Let's just enjoy a good review from me enjoying me just recalling this album right here. That I'm not gonna lie to you, I don't listen to Young Thug a lot. In terms of like my rotation, like I don't really be repeating his stuff quite a lot, except, well, next week you'll see one that I quote unquote repeated like a lot. But this one I probably should repeat a little bit more because honestly, it's a really good album. I'm just gonna, honestly just show you why I like it. With a few tracks that I personally just didn't really like. Let's get these out the way. Riri, Harambe. How do I put this? Riri felt like, in my opinion, just a little bit too much. How do I put this? I don't know. It's just too much detail of Young Thug really wanting to show his sexual tensions on the track, and he did that a lot on other tracks, but I just felt like he did it a little bit less. And honestly, the chorus on this one just wasn't as appealing when he says earn, like it's a little iffy for me. Maybe this is a lot of people's best track, and it's fine. And if it's your favorite, that's fine. It's just, for me, it wasn't. It felt kind of eh. And then Harambe is a track that I really wanted to enjoy. And don't get me wrong, the production is honestly insanely stellar. It's just, his voice on this track is just a little too much for me. I think he says that he's on the perk clearly, or honestly, I think he might have been on the perk for most of the album, but his voice sounded a little bit too much for me. And I really wanted to enjoy this track. Don't get me wrong, I really did, because I think his aggressiveness, at least within the track, was kind of enjoyable. It's just his voice was just a little too much for me, man. And it just I couldn't get through with it. I listened to it all the way. Trust me, it's not really, honestly, I just put it as the worst track, meaning I don't like it. It's honestly not the worst thing in the world. It's probably better than most tracks that I've listened to in my lifetime. I just don't like it enough. All right, so let's just get that out the way. Now let's get to the best tracks, man, because that's what we're here for. Wyclef Jean starts off, which honestly kind of, to me, explains how this whole album really goes to an extent, in this kind of just like islandy vibe with production, and it just surprisingly sounds good to me. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, I'm not the biggest fan of island vibes in terms of albums, or I'm just gonna keep it a buck 50. I don't really listen to a lot of like, artists from the Caribbean or Jamaican or anything different like that. I don't really love them too much, just in terms of their style of music, because of I just really don't feel like it just doesn't sound good to me. I don't know. It's like, it can sound good to me, but overall I'm just not the biggest fan of it. But in this one I felt like it sounded good, and honestly, Young Thug sounded enjoyable. And yeah. Floyd Mayweather featuring Travis Scott, Gucci Mane, and Gunna, which, I mean, honestly is a big surprise. I don't know if this is one of his first appearances ever. Sounded amazing. Like the chorus was great. Young Thug sounded great. Gucci Mane, I think, had the best performance on here. Like, his flow and his lyrics and his bars were just so, I mean, I think Gucci Mane was in his prime back then. I'm not gonna lie to you. So, just sounded amazing. Travis Scott, I don't remember his verse too well, but I think he added some cool little elements in the background and stuff with some vocals and stuff. So He did this thing. But what kind of surprises me more is that, I don't know, I mean, maybe Gunna, I've listened to Gunna's whole discography. He sounded very clear in his voice, though he did sound like, I couldn't really tell if it was Young Thug or Gunna. But Gunna did sound a little bit more distinct, and he sounded honestly really good. Surprisingly really well for me, and he didn't ruin anything. And I think this is honestly probably because this was way before Drip or Drown. This is way before Gunna has, kind of had his little own essence in what style he likes. He likes also those, he doesn't like island vibes, but he likes his like drippy wave type of music that kind of like, I don't know, I don't get it. I mean, I personally don't like it, but it is what it is, man. But before that, Gunna sounded really good on this track. I don't know. Swizz Beatz, another track. Obviously, I think produced by Swizz Beatz himself. Sounds good. I don't know. Sounds really good. Young Thug just sounds great on it, man. I mean, yeah. Future Swag. This one was a little bit different, in terms of just Young Thug rapping fast and stuff and really trying to show his versatility a little bit. Sounded great. I mean, I'm not gonna lie to you. I feel like the thematic theme of the island production with Wyclef Jean, and maybe I think Swizz Beatz may have also given him some of that, felt more organic though. I'm not trying to say that Future Swag is bad. I like it still. I'm just saying, I mean, believe it or not, we didn't need Young Thug to actually rap fast with this one, because the theme really is just a vibe. It really is good. And then we get to Goo Up featuring Quavo, Offset, and Young Scooter. We finally get into some low-key, a little bit longer tracks with 5-minute runtime. And I like the track, and I love the chorus. And I do think all features did their fucking thing. I think Offset was the best, though. Offset, verse-wise, kind of did what Gucci Mane did on Floyd Mayweather. They just absolutely killed it. But it's a little long. I do think Young Scooter maybe could have had his verse cut a little bit. He didn't suck. It's just he kind of brought the same elements that Young Thug already did. Probably didn't need him, but I didn't mind his presence, and it was fine. But you could have cut him a little bit, at least a little bit. Quavo obviously did his thing, and it's all right. Maybe you could also cut a little bit of Quavo too. Honestly, just because I would want to keep the Young Scooter feature at least. Maybe he didn't bring the most to it, but I think I would just cut both of their verses a little bit. Maybe just let Offset go off, because Offset honestly was he made the track even better. He really did add some good additions. Webby featuring Duke. I don't know if I remember my review all the way back then, because I did review this album, but obviously all those are deleted. But I wonder if I dislike this track, because this track is actually really good in terms of, I don't think it's island production, but it's so weird, and Young Thug is just saying a bunch of things, and I don't really understand it at all, because I'm not going to lie to you, I don't really understand most of the stuff that Thug even says on this album. I'm just going to be honest, but it just sounds good, and the production sounds great. And I don't remember the Duke feature, I'm not gonna lie to you, because I was just stuck in the essence of Thug honestly just sounding so good on this album, and just really blending in with the production really well. Like, just feels like a fucking good ass smoothie that you're about to drink with this album. And it's just a great track. Yeah. Kanye West featuring Wyclef Jean. This is also going back a little bit to the island vibes. Again, 5 minutes is a little long, but again, Young Thug sounds so good. Not as good as Webby, I'll admit, but he still sounds really good, and he still kind of has this, like, the chorus does have the essence of what Kanye West just might do, and just fuck around and just go crazy and just be smashing them women. Wyclef Jean gave a weird ass feature. At first it was nice and Caribbean and cool and everything, and then he got like really dark in his tone and everything. It was weird, but I actually really liked the addition. And yeah, it's a little long, but worth it. And the final track, Pick Up the Phone, Baby. I know you're home, baby. We all know this one. featuring Quavo and Travis Scott, which recently I guess got memed a little bit with Freak Bob. But either way, it's still a great track. I love Travis, so I know this song very well. So hearing it at the end is honestly, I think, the perfect placement for this album, considering like maybe what he did. I don't know if it's intentional or not, but once you finish it and you listen to it, maybe you go straight to the Birds in the Trap Sing at Night album and you just go listen to the Trap album, probably. I don't know. I don't know if that's like intentional or not. Who knows? Overall though, and I did give this rating before, so nothing's really new. 8 out of 10. Shout out to Young Thug, man. Congratulations on being out, and we'll see if Kanye is gonna change your life. Maybe you guys go on that Christian album route. I wouldn't want that, but then again, I don't know. Young Thug's voice, it could be good on that rap. You know what I'm saying? On that Christian album route. I don't know. Who knows? Maybe Lecrae. Who knows? I don't know. Who knows? That'd be cool though. That'd be fun. I'm out. Peace.